Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I would love to see you stick around. In today's video, I am bringing you one of these network marketing, MLM coach, guru type people. So of course, just as a disclaimer, this video is for entertainment purposes only and just my opinions. In addition, this person is presenting themselves as a public figure. I did have a targeted ad from this person just a few short weeks ago. If you remember from one of my recent videos, I did talk about this person. It was, if you guys remember, it was the one where I talked about all the MLM or network marketing coaches, and I kind of went over 3 different types of ads that I got on Facebook, how they were kind of similar. They really, to me, didn't seem very innovative. They didn't seem revolutionary. It was nothing that I haven't seen before. It was very just the same information regurgitated. But I wanted to go over this one coach that I spoke about in that last video.
And there is more than enough room for all of us to thrive. Because can't nobody be me like me, and can't nobody be you like you. And there is more than enough.
Of course, I can agree with what that audio said, was how there is room for everybody to thrive. And pretty much, in other words, I'm paraphrasing here, but there's nobody like me out there and there's nobody like you out there. We are individual people. However, when it comes to multi-level marketing, network marketing, whatever they want to call it, social selling, whatever, when it comes to that, you will eventually run out of people to recruit. I forget the number, but someone did the math and you're going to eventually run out of people to recruit, which is the obvious, but they did the math on how many people it would take to eventually run out of people. So when it comes to multi-level marketing, yeah, you can probably recruit a bunch of people, but eventually you're going to run out of people. I wanted to go over the caption for this, and this was a Facebook reel. It says, there is room for everyone to win, to succeed, and for those who are willing to go all out to fully reach their goals. I can kind of understand where she's coming from with that, because in order to reach your goals, you have to work towards those goals. You can't just sit back and say, I'm going to manifest that this is going to happen, and you're not going to do anything about it. So in that aspect, I can kind of understand, but the whole going all out, sometimes you need a break. So that's something that I just wanted to add in there, that if you are working for or working towards a goal, if you're starting to get burnt out trying to reach that goal, take a break. One of the biggest mistakes I see people make is that they feel that there isn't enough. Like they have to put other people down for them to succeed. I don't agree with that at all. I think that's actually pretty gross if you're doing that. Like they have to compare themselves to others. It's just not true. You are beautiful. You are amazing. You have greatness in you. Walk in the abundance of all that you can be. I'll agree with her on that. I think that, yeah, you should believe in yourself. And if you are someone who's putting other people down in order for you to be better or to win, as these MLM reps say, if you're putting other people down, then yeah, that's gross. You shouldn't be doing that. Of course, she brings God into it with the next sentence, and I don't agree with that, even though I don't practice religion anymore. I was brought up within a religious household. So, but of course, if you choose to believe what you want to believe, that's all on you. I'm just saying that from my own life, I guess you can say, I'm just not into this type of thing, because at the same time, maybe with this post, maybe there are people who are just like me who don't practice religion anymore. So are you actually speaking to every single person? At the same time, if she's attracting those types of people, if that's who she wants to watch her stuff or wants to be on her team, then I guess I can kind of understand this tactic. But anyway, I don't like when MLM reps bring God into their MLM. This is not a gift from God. God would not want you to be scamming people. But it says God has a plan and a purpose for your life, and it's up to you to walk into it. If you believe in God, then yeah, that's probably something that you will agree with. And there's only one of you. I agree with that as well. So don't try to be anyone else other than yourself. And if you feel like you are ready to draw that line in the sand and start walking in more boldness and power, then I've got just the thing to help you out. DM me the word power and I'll shoot you out my 10 personal power secrets. so you can walk in more strength, confidence, and authority. Blessings, and then Summer, because Summer is her name. So there are a lot of things in this that I actually agree with. However, I don't like that she's using it for multi-level marketing, network marketing, whatever. But some of the things in here are actually really good messages. So I'll give her props for that. But I don't like that, of course, she turns it into a pitch and says to DM her and that she's going to send you all this information. Don't do that. It's a trap, in my opinion, of course. But the real video that I wanted to go over, I just wanted to go over that because I found that that was kind of interesting that I actually agreed with a lot of the caption because of the message that she was giving out. But I don't like that she's using it for multi-level marketing. And this happens a lot. I'll read captions and I'll be like, oh, that's a really great message. Oh, they're in an MLM company, so I know where this is going. But okay, anyway, let's go ahead and watch the video that sparked this video idea.
Wanting to know the stages of success of network marketing, that is exactly what we're going to be talking about today in this video. I'm going to reveal to you the 5 stages of network marketing success. And so if you've been in this industry for a little while, you've been out there, you've been doing your thing, maybe you've taken off and had some immediate success, or perhaps you're at a spot in your life right now where you feel kind of like you're spinning your wheels and you're just hoping to see, the sunshine at the end of the rainbow, so to speak. And so that is what we're going to dive in today so that you can know exactly what to do, how to do it without spending tons of time, energy, or effort on things that are not helping you get to your goal. So I'm looking forward to this. I hope you are as well. If you are, drop a yes down in the comments below and let's get things started. And one other thing is, if we haven't met before, my name's Summer Geronimo. It's so great to connect with you. If you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe button. I release new videos each and every week, all about the latest things that are working today in network marketing. So without any further ado, my friend, let's get going. All right, so we're going to talk about these.
That's actually something that I wanted to mention, how she says that she's always putting out the new and upcoming information about MLM companies. And this is a video that I found on Facebook, but she does have her own YouTube channel. But the one thing that I wanted to mention is that she said that it's constantly changing and she's constantly putting out new content. That's why when I see people advertising these MLM courses that you have to pay for, or when I see these influencer courses that you have to pay for, in my mind, I think if there's information about all of this online for free, why are you going to waste your money? And the reason why I say that you're going to waste your money is because if someone puts out information about Instagram, for example, and they're talking about Instagram Reels or versus Instagram posts and things like that. Well, that might change within the next day, even within a couple of hours, or it might be relevant information for a couple of years. But at the same time, you have to keep up with all of that. So if someone purchases a course from you and it's about how to grow on Instagram, that information that you're selling to that person might be completely irrelevant by the end of the day, even, because that's how fast technology and social media and stuff like that works. But that's just the reality of it. That's why whenever I see these types of courses and stuff where you have to pay for it, I think in my head, it's all BS, because most of this information, first of all, most of this information you can find online for free. But second of all, you have to be on that in order to make sure that you're constantly on top of creating new courses. And what are you going to do if someone purchases a course and then let's say a month from now, the information is completely irrelevant? Are you going to refund them, or are you going to send them this new course that it actually works now because what you sent them before is irrelevant and they literally just paid for it? So that's one of the, and I know that that's not feasible because that happens all the time. It does. But that's why I don't like these courses from these types of people. And pay attention to this video. I'm going to stop it, of course, because it is 8 minutes long. So I'm going to pause it, but pay attention to this because the title of it is How to Become a Top MLM Earner. Spoiler, there's nothing in here on how to become a top MLM earner.
5 stages of network marketing success. And I want you to make sure you stay till the end, because these are going to be some key things that are going to help you light your business on fire and drive you to the top of the compensation plan. So make sure you're here to the very end. All right, so let's jump into things. This is my clip notes here. And so the first phase, when you were first getting going, the very first phase, this maybe happened to you, maybe it didn't, but the first phase is what we like to call ignorance on fire. It is where life is blissful. You are so pumped. You are so excited. You are loving your product. You are loving your service, and you're out there talking to people. And you know what? It's working. Like, this thing is happening. People are coming in, people are joining, and they're super, super pumped. Now, you may or may not have experienced this when you first got in and got going, but that is
I did experience that in Beachbody. I didn't experience that with Mary Kay, but I did experience that with Beachbody. Not from the recruiting aspect, but from the customer / client, I guess you could say, aspect. I had a lot of people join my challenge groups, and I truly, genuinely thought I was helping people. So that's why sometimes when I see these MLM reps, I do think that some of them are knowingly and willingly scamming people, while other people are completely just in their own world and they truly think that they are helping people when they're really not. But just that first thing, when she says that number one is ignorance on fire, I think is how she worded it. What does that have to do with becoming a top MLM earner? How is that supposed to help your business if you're just telling people, hey, so in the beginning, you're going to be so excited. Most people I would say most jobs, they're super excited, whether it be, with small businesses and stuff, if it's something you're passionate about, that's going to be a little bit different. But let's say that you're working a traditional 9-to-5 job, or if you're starting an MLM, yeah, you're probably going to be really excited in the beginning. You're going to be like, oh, this is great. This is the greatest thing ever. But then that honeymoon phase, I guess you could call it, is going to fizzle out, and it's not going to be exciting or as exciting as it was in the beginning. But let's keep going.
And got going. But that is what happens a lot of times when people first come into network marketing. So that is the first phase. Then from there, we kind of get into the learning phase, okay? And the learning phase is where you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know this is how you count your points. Oh my goodness, I didn't know these are all the things in our products. Oh my goodness. In order to rank advance, I need to have this, and this. Okay, it's the learning phase. It's where it's not new anymore to you. You're kind of getting things down. You're kind of getting a flow, and you're just learning and discovering so many things in your business. Now, then from there, we move on to
Of course, you're going to be learning new things. You learn new things in mostly everything that you're first starting, because unless if you know what you're getting into and you've already, worked on this before, or you've already read about all of this stuff, you're still going to get more, I guess you could say, knowledge from the actual experience versus anything else. But yeah, of course you're going to learn. But what does learning have to do with being a top MLM earner? Again, this is nothing that is giving any type of value. The caption says how to become a top MLM earner, but in the actual video, she's talking about phases. But why would you talk about phases? Because as you're going to see in a second, let's just keep going.
To the I thought phase. And the I thought phase is probably something you have definitely seen in your business, and you're like, but I thought that one was gonna join. And oftentimes when you're building in network marketing, you start with your connections, right? You start with your sphere of influence. You start with the people that you know, and oftentimes, a lot of times we'll approach people that we think that they're gonna get in. And you know what? They don't. But the good news is sometimes when you approach people who, you thought that they were amazing, you thought they were a rock star, you thought they would never need this business, and they come in and they just blow this thing up, okay? But oftentimes we're in this I thought they would phase. And you know what? This starts to be one of those times where the rubber starts to meet the road, right? We're separating the men from the boys here, so to speak. And so this is where you kind of, ladies, got to get the big girl pants on and get things rolling, because oftentimes it can be so frustrating and so disheartening because the people we thought that were like the in the bag people that were totally going to do this and make it happen, they didn't. They were like, oh, that looks like a pyramid scheme. Right? Ever been there? If you have been there, drop a yes down in the comments below. Because you know what? We've seen this happen time and time again. And
well, when the focus is mostly on recruitment and you barely ever talk about the products, because from some of the videos that I've already seen of hers, it's mostly about recruiting. The ad that I reacted to in one of my previous videos, yeah, it's about recruiting. So if you're going to be talking mostly about recruiting, people are going to question if it's a pyramid scheme.
Again. And so this is where the line in the sand is drawn. Okay. And because we got through, we're excited, we started learning, and then we realized like not all the people we thought were going to actually come in and decided to actually do something. And so why is this the line in the sand? Because this is the point when a lot of people in network marketing, they lose it. Okay. They're like, oh, this isn't for me. Oh, I don't know. Oh, like I thought this was going to happen. And so this is really, like I said, well, where we're just seeing a distinguishing between people that are in it to win it 110%. They got the eye of the tiger. They're ready to make something happen. And those who were fair weather fans, right? And so what happens next? I'll tell you what happens next. You get to a point in your business where you're like, you know what? I'm going to do it with you or I'm going to do it without you. And you can watch me from my coattails, right? And so that is a powerful, powerful time when you decide that the people that you thought that were going to do it, and even though they didn't, when you decide you're going to do it anyways. And so, you know what? There's another video I released where we talk all about how to constantly have new leads, how to constantly be able to generate and connect with new people.
The thing is, though, that she's not going over is the whole I'm going to do it with you or without you type of thing, and that's the most important time. And she's kind of making it out to be like this is going to be the best part of the business for you, and this is when you're going to explode and you're going to do really well. But statistically, that's not the case. That's not going to happen for every single person. Maybe it happened for this person, but it's not going to happen for every single person.
Connect with new people. And so if you're in a spot where you're like, yes, I need more people to talk to, then I will link that in the cards here so you can check that out. But here's the thing. This is where you really kind of decide whether you're really going to do this thing or not. Because a lot of people quit here. And so I just want to encourage you that if that's where you're at right now, persevere, push through. There is more to this thing. You can get this done. You can get to the finish line. I believe in you. I know you can do it. Because let me tell you, when I first got going, I was a hot mess. Myself and my husband, I was a hairdresser. He was a metal grinder. Like, we did not know the right people. And so we had to figure out, we're like, hey, we gotta figure out how to move past that, because our initial sphere, they were like no's. And so if that happened for us, it can happen for you as well. And then you get to the most glorious phase in network marketing success, which is the I told ya, okay? And when you get to a spot where you did it with or without them, you continued on, you persevered, you went to the finish line, and now you are doing amazing. You know, you're making six figures, you're at the top of your company, life is good. Now you can come all back to the naysayers, be like, I told you I was gonna do this. I told you I was gonna do this thing.
Or what's going to happen, sadly, and unfortunately for most people, what's going to happen is you're going to go back to your friends and family and they're going to tell you, I told you so. Maybe they won't, because maybe they don't want to kind of hurt your feelings or anything like that, but it's going to be one of those cases where you're going to come back to your friends and family and say, you know what, you guys were right. This was a complete waste of time. It's a complete scam. This might have been the case for her, and these phases of being an MLMer might have been the case for her, but it's not going to be the case for everybody else. What does this have to do with the caption that says how to become a top MLM earner? This has nothing to do with it. And I'm glad, I'll give her props for the fact that she is talking about the negatives along with the positives from, I'm assuming, her own experience. So I'm happy that she's doing that, but I don't see how this is really helpful for anybody. Maybe that's just my opinion.
I told you I was going to make it happen, and now look. And you get to experience that joy, that satisfaction, that amazing feeling of knowing that you got the job done. And so if you're at a spot right now where you know that I am definitely in these phases, if that's you, let me know down in the comments below, then here's what I want to share with you. I've put together a free resource for you in your business. And this is called my Power Prospecting Guide. And this is exactly what we did to build, an 80,000 person organization. This is the processes and the systems that we use. And so I want you to have that because I want you to take it, I want you to use it, and I want you to come back to me and say, Summer, I did it, and this is what happened. I followed this, and this is what happened. And so I'm going to drop the link here for you so you can pick that up. It's something that you can use personally and you can train in your organization. So that is it for this video. I will see you in the next one. And coming up right here is going to be exactly what you need.
Okay, so that's it for that video. I think that what that was just a bit of toxic positivity. I think that that's what that was. It was just a way to hype you up, to motivate you to stay within the MLM company that you're in. This is, we see this a lot. If you've been consuming this kind of content for a lot, or if you're just part of the MLM or the anti-MLM movement, then you've also seen this, that it's just, they hype you up and they try to motivate you to keep you within this even longer. It's just toxic positivity. That's all that this is, because some people might see this and think, I can do it too. If this person can do it, she said that she was a hairstylist, and I believe she said her husband was a metal worker or something like that. But someone might be in the same position that she's in and they'll think, oh, I could do this too. But the thing is that that's not going to be the case for everybody. It's really, truly not. And I know that I keep saying it, but statistics show otherwise. That's why I really think that this was just another way to motivate people, and it's just toxic positivity. At the end of the day, this whole thing, the caption didn't make any sense because it gave no information on how to be a top MLM earner. It was just a bunch of fluff. It's just a bunch of toxic positivity. And I feel like she said a lot, but she really didn't say anything at all. I don't know if I'm the only one that feels that way, but that's kind of how I feel. Anyway, that is all that I have for you guys today. Make sure that you go ahead and subscribe if you want to. If not, that's totally fine. But just let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I will see you guys next time. This is Monica reporting to you live from a highway. Bye!